Next to Priscilla is the man himself, Uncle B.O.B. or Uncle Bob, you may want to call him, or Small Buds, Uncle Robert. How are you, Robert? Good morning.
Well, I'm Uncle Christmas.
Oh.
Yes. Mother Christmas. There's a Father Christmas.
By the way,
Uncle Christmas.
Father Christmas looks somehow like Robert.
Oh, because of...
No.
Because of the,
Felix, mind your language.
No, but
I've not said anything.
Have you ever seen a stream Father Christmas?
Mind your language.
In fact, if they get a Father Christmas without a...
People will not even buy
they have to pack clothes. But so we don't have to pack clothes for Robert. Morning, Robert.
Morning to you, Felix.
How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm very, very fine. But just thinking of Christmas on a Saturday.
Yeah, no, man.
It's like a public holiday on a weekend. But anyway, it is what it is. And of course, we're in that mood, we're excited. Guys, I looked at the fares of the Uganda Bus Association, Owner Association. They released yesterday the fares for upcountry. And I'm like,
But surely that's not
But
breaking
what's the
news.
surprise? I mean, it happens every
I
festive
mean,
season. I
it
don't know why
happens,
you...
but this time around, I think because of the fuel prices, they're a bit higher.
Whether
than what
fuel
we used.
prices or no fuel prices, these prices always triple,
And you know,
and
this whole thing
quadruple
of...
until the 31st of December. So that's not news.
This whole thing of bus fares, I think we will have time to whine and pass and whatever about that. Let's just look at the positive end of life.
Right.
Mullen is dressed hot. Hey,
I can feel the fire.
there's that song by Boys to Men. It says "Girl in the Magazine."
Ooh.
I'll tell you the other lyrics of that song. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning.
How are you?
Me, I'm hot like a heat. Like a bomb. You know that TikTok thing that was going on. Like a heat. But very good morning.
Did you
to
hear what you just said? You're hot like a
Bomb.
bomb.
It's not me, it was TikTok creation. Whoever started that, it went around.
Wow.
No worries, I'm feeling the fire.
The fire,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm feeling the heat.
But I'm not exploding, so.
Yeah, well, you're
yeah,
bad for nothing. Give me.
I'm not exploding, so we're good. We're
So
good,
anyway,
guys.
how are you, Molly? How have you
I
been?
am right.
How is life taking you, Madame Hot?
Okay.
Putting on white.
You're quiet.
Story
Okay.
of her
I
life.
think. But guess what? It's a Friday.
It is
It's it's a good mood to get into the weekend. And every Friday, like I said, even before, whenever it's Friday here, you already feel the mood going into the weekend. It's like, yeah, it's been worth it, Monday to Friday, and now we can just, enjoy Friday while we're going to relax. I mean, Robert is already dancing to
I'm
no
going to
tune.
need to call
Absolutely
Ruben
no
to
tune.
come here. I need the definition of the pants for Molly. I need.
Yes.
And the only person who is an expert in
Fashion and design.
here, our consultant could be the long man. But there's something
Ruben.
earlier that we talked about, and we're just trying to find out also from our viewers out there, like December is here, third day into December. How do you normally spend this festive season? What do you do? Anything particular? Does life go on normally? I mean, are you expecting to change because of the COVID situation? Like, we want you guys to share with us what your festive season is like. Are you going to change something? Do you travel? Do you stay home? Do you buy what? Do you buy chicken, start rearing it for being eaten? Do you, I mean, like, what do you do in this festive season? Probably that's where I want to first start with Madame Hotness today. Like, I mean, festive season is here, Molly.
Yeah,
What's up? What's for the festive season? Any plans? Are you looking at doing something, anything special?
Usually for me, the festive season is all about family and, leading into Christmas. For me, it's
You
all
have a
about
family?
family. No, that's when I think about, I've not seen so-and-so in a long time. So this is the only holiday I get to meet people. But guess what? There is also one day I always look forward to, and that's Thanksgiving. Now, we've made it a family tradition, and that's one way for my mom to get us all at home. Because she knows this is the day the whole family is giving back. She's already calling us about it. Hey guys, I hope you're preparing for Thanksgiving. So that's the one holiday, the one day I look forward to, because you get together as a family, you celebrate.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what Christmas is about for me.
I know it's all easy when you are still, I hope I don't miss the words, single. No, not really single, but not like committed into marriage or like committed relationships or having a spouse or something. Like I remember that point where I had to like stepping on two boats. I'm like, uh-oh, so now I have somebody at home, I have a kid and I have children. Where do I go? I'm like,
Where is family for
I
you
accustomed
at
to that
point?
Christmas thing where you go home and then you spend, but then now, like you like reality hits and you're supposed to be home with your family, like the kids, yourself, and your wife. Now that is something. That's why when I hear people talking about mommy called, ooh.
You remind me
The
of
mom is now changed. The mom is who called definitely have to change.
You remind me of the talk around when you're the adult in the family, but you're looking around to see if there is another adult. Then, you know, unfortunately, it hits you like you're the adult.
Yeah.
So at that point, it hits you like, oh, so now I have a family of my own.
Definitely.
I mean, this is where I'm supposed to be.
And it's so painful. And when actually, also the parents, I think they notice. So when they call like, they no longer say mujadi. They use the words like munaitake like, you know. Anyway, Robert, what's the experience? It's December, it's a festive season. What's up and what's happening for you?
Usually I catch up with a number of people. Many of my family that are abroad come back this time in December. So I get an opportunity to catch up with many of them. Of course, you know, so-and-so has arrived, so-and-so is in the country. So you can visit some of them and there's so much to catch up with. But also I faced the same experience. When I was still, actually these days I miss that time because of course you have siblings that are at home, at your parents' home, and you know these guys are there is everything they're enjoying, and you have this family. So last Christmas what I did, I rushed home for some time, enjoyed that fun. Towards lunchtime I got back to my place.
You see?
Then another Christmas it was me taking my family to join the rest home. At this time the better half said no, we have Christmas here. She dictated
it's
and
a
I
very
had nothing
hard
to
decision.
do. But I would miss those memories you would see. And with these new mobile phones, anything, pictures come, and, oh, that is Kathy, that is now, so these guys are now doing this. You're home, but you have that. But over time, I think you get used to it, and you're like,
You
I
never
either
get
carry
used
this
you
family
actually
there,
never get used
or-
to it because all the time you notice that the way you used to do Christmas at home, nothing can ever beat that.
Yeah.
Now, not until probably you've grown a bit and your children have actually grown and they can bring up the same fun. But away from that, it's very, very hard. So, Madam, Mother Christmas.
Yes, please.
It's festive season, it's December already. I mean, what are the expectations, any plans you have, and how do you normally spend your Christmas?
Well, for me, I think I relate more with Molly. I can't relate with you and Robert because as we are still the children in the family. Anyway,
We're not yet the adults.
so we don't understand this whole struggle of now you have mommy and then there's mommy. There's mommy and then there's mom.
No, it's mommy and mama.
Mommy and mama. So
Just
who's
like
mama?
Papa, that's it.
Mommy is the missus.
Mommy is the mother. Mama is
Irrepressible one.
Is the missus. Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, my family, we always do travel out of Kampala. Yes. So we out for about like 5 days. Most recent times, because of the nature of job, I've been finding myself sleeping on such days in my bed all day long, simply because everyone I know and family, quote unquote, is out of town, and then town is empty, so there's no motivation to even just go and do anything by yourself. Yeah, but I know that every December there's Mikoro. Party after party, wedding, introduction. My parents' anniversary is usually towards Christmas. So from that day until like the 28th, it's just function after function. Then Gundi called us for brunch. Then Gundi, so that's basically grass hopping all over the place.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, clearly March is going to be happening in December, and for some of you viewers, I want to share with us, how do you spend your festive season? December. Today is 3rd, as I said earlier. Tell us, how do you expect to spend the whole December festive season? You're going to be traveling. Are you going to learn something new? Has life changed for you? Are you going to be moving to the village? Or you're also having conflict of interest between blood? I hope I don't get
Blood
this
and
straight.
water.
No, I don't want to say water. Blood and blood. Probably white blood cells and red blood cells in that sense. But anyway, now I wanted to take you through some of the stories that were trending yesterday. That is in local stories, and also me and Molly will be doing the international stories. But we will kick it off with our local stories.
And I'll start with the Ministry of Health regarding measures put in place to ensure that the Omicron variant COVID-19 does not affect Ugandans, where the Minister for Health, Dr. Ruth Aceng, told the media that government has set up new measures to contain the new Omicron variant of COVID-19. During the media center briefing in Kampala, Dr. Aceng said there will be mandatory testing for all travelers entering the country through the airport and border points, and tightening surveillance at all entry points into the country. The Omicron variant was first identified by scientists in South Africa in a specimen collected on the 9th of November 2021, and then later from specimens collected between the 12th to the 20th of November this very year from Gauteng, South Africa, Botswana, and Hong Kong, and has subsequently reported to the World Health Organization on the 24th of November this year. Since its initial identification, the variant has spread to a number of countries. Health Minister Dr. Ruth Aceng said the variant has not been detected in Uganda anywhere. The Ministry of Health is monitoring the evolution and spread of the Omicron variant globally with a number of measures that have been instituted to prevent the variant. The minister, in a similar development, informed the public and district task forces of COVID-19 of opening of weekly markets with strict adherence to the standard operating procedures. Ugandans must take the COVID-19 vaccination, remain vigilant, and maintain the standard operating procedures set by the Ministry of Health.
The attack on ADF by Uganda and DR Congo forces has posed a danger to locals who are scrambling for safety as the ADF embark on killing innocent civilians. This follows Special Forces strikes at ADF camps in North Kivu and Ituri provinces. The Uganda Special Forces continues with operations to search and secure the ADF positions in a joint air and artillery strike. The aggressive attacks are intended to foil the operations of the ADF based in the DR Congo. Major ADF camps have been cleared in the territories of North Kivu province and Ituri province by the UPDF. The operations come at a time when the President of Uganda advised ADF-linked groups to surrender. A cross-section of the ADF are scrambling for safety but also killing innocent civilians using sharp objects, burning vehicles and residential structures. A source on ground confirms that ADF has insiders infiltrated in the Congolese army, which is hammering the operations to eject the ADF. The presence of UPDF has also given the people of Congo a sigh of relief and hope. The UN High Commissioner to Refugees reports that this year alone, 2021, in ADF-imposed insurgencies, 1,200 people have been killed, 1,100 women raped, and 1 million people displaced. In the latest development, the DRC army has intercepted a man possessing security attire.
Still on local news, we look at Uganda police investigating the cause of a fire outbreak that happened at the garment factory store. The incident that happened last night saw the fire spread, destroying thousands of police uniform and other items. Deputy Police Spokesperson, Kampala Metropolitan Luke Oweisigire, said several samples have been taken to ascertain the incident. It's alleged that the fire started at around 8 p.m. at the factory that spread faster, destroying thousands of police items. Investigations are ongoing to ascertain the cause of the fire. No individual succumbed to the fire, and currently police is auditing to find out the total damage.
And finally, on the local scene, we get to look at the Vice President, retired Major Jessica Alupo, challenging the Surveyors Institution of Uganda to implore professionalism and adherence to the land laws. The VP's call was delivered by the Lands Minister, Judith Nabakova, at the end of year luncheon and launch of the 2022 Annual General Meeting for the Council of Institutions of Surveyors in Uganda. The Council of Institutions of Surveyors in Uganda has launched the 2022 Annual General Meeting Conference, and the Vice President retaliated the government's commitment called for total professionalism. The Lands Minister Judith Nabakobo said government is drafting a new bill to redirect the profession. She stressed the need to re-equip and retool the surveyors industry, and the president of the Institution of Surveyors of Uganda, Dr. Nathan Chiwami, appreciated government's intervention. The Surveyors Institution reminded the Ministry of Lands about the expiry of tenure of the current Surveyors Board.
We'll now do crossover into our international stories, and our first story is Joe Biden president has unveiled stricter COVID-19 travel rules as US confirmed multiple cases of the Omicron variant from coast to coast. Now, Joe Biden said his plan doesn't include shutdown or lockdown and does not expand vaccine mandates. Cases have been detected in California, Colorado, Minnesota, New York, and in Hawaii, where officials say that the persons had no recent travel history. Now, local health officials have also reported only mild symptoms in the cases, but also variants have now been found up to 30 countries. According to reports, it is still not clear whether the highly mutated Omicron strain is associated with more transmissions or more risks to evade the vaccine. Well, now to tap into sports, Cristiano Ronaldo has become the first player in history to score 800 top-level career goals when he struck twice for Manchester United. That was against Arsenal last night. Now, it was a typical Ronaldo response to recent suggestions that his style of play might not suit the pressing approach favored by the incoming interim manager, Ralph Rangnick, now who was at Old Trafford for the first time since his appointment to watch the Portuguese reach the remarkable landmark. Now, Germany cannot fail to have been impressed by the 36-year-old. Analyst Ronaldo's double took him to 130 goals across two spells from United, adding to 5 for Sporting Lisbon, 450 for Real Madrid, 101 for Juventus, and 115 for Portugal. He is the all-time top scorer in men's international football in the Champions League and for Real Madrid. Now back to Africa. South Africa, new cases surge as Omicron spreads. The new coronavirus variant Omicron has now become dominant in South Africa and is driving a shape to increase new infections. Health officials did come out to mention that at least 1,500 new COVID infections are registered. The latest daily figures that it's a sharp rise on the at least 8,500 cases confirmed the previous day. By the contrast, daily infections were averaging between 200 to 300 in mid-November, top South African scientists told BBC. Now, Omicron has now become detected in at least 24 countries around the world, according to the World Health Organization.
Well, we look at cities that are taking lead on climate change, and it is just the beginning. Well, the recent natural events in British Columbia and unprecedented heat and flood levels not seen in 500 years have brought home the reality of climate change to Canadians. Now, it is clear that we must do everything in our power to act now. We can simply no longer wait for national governments to take lead. Now, that sense of urgency is how we must view the just concluded COP26 climate conference in Glasgow that says the scientific fact is that we must contain the rise in our planet's average temperatures to 1.5 degrees Celsius. And to achieve this target, we must essentially cut emissions of greenhouse gases in half by 2030. Although they trumpeted this fact in Glasgow, national governments did not demonstrate the requisite or any urgency in achieving this goal. Now, this collective failure was in stark contrast to the leadership of cities. According to Time magazine, countries brought big promises to COP, but cities brought actions. And these actions matter better. About 70% of greenhouse gas emissions are created by our own urban cities. Now, in Canada, they have seen the same dynamic, and the Prime Minister has made bold pledges, but cut emissions are still rising.
Well, of course, much is happening on international scene and local scene, but of course, most interesting is Ronaldo, Cristiano coming out to make that stance, and a beautiful one. Of course, not many players have gotten to the average of what this guy has done. And clearly, probably Ruben will be giving us more of the guys in that category. I know that people like Ronaldo, the senior Ronaldo, did score goals. As a matter of fact, he did score goals. The likes of Raul, the Nestroys. Thierry Henry did score quite a number of goals, but this guy has hit the net. Funny thing, his most known position is not necessarily actually a forward, but he has scored goals, yet he has played almost half of his career has played outside of the center forward. And the backbench, Priscilla, do you want to say something, Priscilla?
Yes, I want to get the definition of high-scoring career goal, because I thought every goal one is a career goal for professional players, and really it matters to the statistics. So are there middle-scoring career goals, lower?
You wouldn't compare strikers like Wilton to Cristiano Ronaldo, because whoever talks about him in terms of scoring, but because you must make sense out of the way you score and the number of goals you score to break some record, to set a record. You see, that's why we're talking about the GOAT. The guy messed up the whole world anyway, Messi and the team. But anyway, soccer now is a big deal, by the way. Sports basically are a big deal. And guess what else is a big deal? Is I want to introduce to you somebody who's going to make our Friday special. Now, she's done music. Uncle Bob would say she has traveled the world. She has been in the Caribbean, the island.
She has traveled the entire globe.
Okay. Hi, Bero.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
You look awesome.
Glad to be here.
I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
I love your hair. And what's the name of the hair?
The name?
Yeah.
Oh, these are like baby ponytails.
What? Ponytail?
Yeah.
Cut
Baby
ears?
ponytail?
Yeah, cat ears. They.
And this?
There's no name for it. It's just
It's good to have you. Morning.
morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you
It
for
means
having
a lot
me.
to us. And of course, the viewers who've been waiting to have you today. Where have you been all along? It's been COVID. We've been not seeing most of you guys around.
It's because of COVID.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of work got stopped, so we were not showing up as much for anything, performance, interview. This is actually my first interview since COVID started, so.
Mother Christmas.
I'm really happy to be
Mother
here.
Christmas should
Thank you.
We're happy to have you as well.
I'm happy to
It
be
does.
here.
So probably you know, like, it's been a hard time for all of us, and I know majorly also for the arts industry. Guys have been struggling to live through here because I mean you're accustomed to a particular way of doing arts in this country, and you couldn't do it, and probably the feeling is that we had to stay alive.
Yeah.
That's the big deal. Have you made some music for this period?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's been a lot of cooking, a lot of recording. I'm quite excited. Next year is going to be a really, really good year. So.
Wow. Next year's going to be a good year, and
Yeah.
Mother Christmas.
Teacher Felix, can our visitor do for me a song? Can I request for a song? Yeah,
these students
there's this
of
song that is trending by Tiwa Savage and Brandy, right? Yes, somebody's son gonna love me someday. Yo, please, can you do that song when your time comes, of course, not now. Yeah, with the challenge, right?
Okay, we're doing that challenge right now, right here.
Will you be dancing while I sing it?
Yeah,
You'll be doing the
we shall-
challenge?
Yeah, we shall do the challenge.
So they will.
Yes.
Chirawa, I know Chirawa has no idea of these all things you people are saying, and I don't want to disturb my
I just
Robert.
want a dance challenge. Simple.
But you have to learn the
now.
moves now.
A dance challenge. And
That's
then
into what? Choose a song, Robert.
Any. For me, I learned to dance on any music.
So we're going to take a break, and I will help Robert choose a song that he will be able to dance to.
That is not somebody's son.
Definitely. When
You don't want somebody's son to find it.
no, not Robert. But of course, also we want to engage you, our viewers out there. We did ask you earlier on to share with us how you spend your December. What do you do? Do you travel? Do you have the big conflict of mommy and mama? Have you heard of that conflict?
No, what's that?
So, I don't know, but when we get married, our mummies and mamas, there's a big conflict. So the issue normally is when mom calls you for Christmas, hey, man, you guys, will you pass now? Actually, now she's saying, will you pass by? She no longer says, you guys come for, because there's a mama somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you have to go and present that. you have to find good ways of bringing it. I'm saying no, you know, you have to like to find ways. You just can't like bring it. We're going because you know there will be.
You become a kid in your own home.
I know, man. So, have you encountered that kind of thing?
No, not yet.
You're the adult.
Oh. There are many people who don't know this experience. Clearly, it's me and Robert who share this experience.
You're the adult.
Priscilla, you have some comments?
Yes, we do. You don't want to find out what exactly your Christmas festive season looks like, what plans, what activities do you engage in, and a couple of you have sent us messages. We do have a Friday edition with microphone and a guitar emojis. I'm Obix Obi from Masindi, Priscilla's Trudy Mother Christmas. Wow. Now, I normally spend my December by working and looking for money because this month needs more money and spending all the time. I love the artist's hair, and he has a song request already.
Oh.
Yeah. Good morning, the Fantastic Fours. The month of December has 31 days, but I treasure mostly 5 days in that month, namely 25th, Christmas Day. After Mass, I join my family, mom, dad, sisters, and brothers, and we share a meal together. On the 26th, I'm always at Tondeka Chuatule show, enjoying the great performance with the Star Baby Cool. 27th, I'm home watching movies, and then I complete more of the life. And then I visit friends on the 28th, and then create memorable moments up until the 31st, where I'm always at the mountain, Prayer Mountain, I think Zion Prayer Center, you know, beginning the year with prayers. That is Cricket Gargamel in Machinde. This is an interesting plan.
Well, of course, much should be